boys and girls, it's Mrs. Deter. I'm here to share one of my favorite stories with you, and it is called Ribbit. The book is about a frog. Wait a minute, is that a frog on the cover? No, it is not a frog, it's a pig. I wonder why the title is Ribbit, because that is a sound that a frog makes. I think the author really wants us to think about this story, and I think he has some great surprises for us as we go through the book. I would like you to pay special attention to the characters in the setting and then all of the events that happen in the story, because those events, boys and girls, will help us to find the plot of the story and what the author really wants us to know. After the plot of the story, we will be able to see a big climax, which is like a bang. Something exciting will happen, and that will create usually a problem in the story, which can be solved by what we call a resolution. So come on into the book with me because I am in this book, aren't I? And we will find out what the author wants to teach us in the book, Ribbit. Once upon a time, there was a pond that was home to a family of frogs. It was their pond, and they were very happy living there. But one morning, they discovered a surprise visitor. Who do you think the visitor might be? It was a pig, a little pink pig, sitting on a rock. Goodness, said the frogs. Why is there a pig in our pond? They whispered among themselves until finally the chief frog spoke up. Ahem. Good morning. What can we do for you? And to their amazement, the little pig answered. Ribbit! What did he say? Cried the frogs. This pig is confused. Does he think he's a frog? Is he making fun of us? But again, all the little pig said was, go ahead, take a guess. You were right if you said ribbit. Why is a pig saying ribbit? News of the little pig who thought he was a frog spread fast, and all of the animals hurried to the pond to see the visitor. This new relative of yours is a little pink, said the raccoon. He's no relation of ours, declared the frogs. He certainly sounds like a frog, said the weasel. Why would a pig want to be a frog? Said the parrot. And what's wrong with being a frog, may we ask? Exclaimed the frogs. Do you get that? The frogs don't like that the other people are saying people shouldn't be like them. Or at least pigs shouldn't be like them. Pay attention to the animals in the story and the sequence of events. Everyone started shouting at each other, completely ignoring the little pig, who just sat there practicing his, say it with me, ribbit. The animals laughed and laughed, and the frogs got angrier and angrier, until finally the chief frog shouted out, Stop! We're not getting anywhere by fighting. We must go and find the wise old beetle. He'll know what to do. So everybody thought it was really funny that the pig was making the sound of a frog, except the frogs, who got angry because they thought that they were really cool making their little ribbit sound. Now they're going to the chief, the beetle, to find out why the pig is making this noise. Come on, let's go. Flip to the next page with me. The wise old beetle, gasped all the animals, but he hates to be disturbed. I know, said the chief frog, but this is very serious. That's true, the other animals agreed, and off they went. Think of how the setting is changing here. And the little pig said, Ribbit! Look at that little pig, boys and girls. Do you notice a detail in that picture? Look at his eyes and look very closely. If you look, you can see that his eyes are pointing toward where all of the people went, all of the animals. And I call them people because they're just like people in the story, aren't they? They are the characters. The animals are talking. They're like the characters, and we know that only people can talk. So this must be a fiction story. Let's see what happens next. The animals found the wise old beetle and tried to explain the problem. It was hard for him to understand because they were all talking at once. In the end, he agreed to go with them to the pond. Here comes that bang and that climax. But when they arrived, do you see the dot, dot, dot? That means something exciting is happening. Take a guess. What do you think it's going to be? There are no words on this page. Look at the picture. What is missing from the rock? You're right. It's the pig. Where did the pig go? The animals cried. Who was he? What did he want? Maybe, said the wise old beetle, he just wanted to make friends. And off he went. Oh dear, said the animals. They hadn't thought of that. And sure enough, sitting on a branch high up in a tree nearby was the little pig. And I want you to look very closely at the word that is beside the little pig. It is not ribbit, it is tweet. Why do you think the pig is making the sound tweet? Let's look at the next page. He was surrounded by new friends. Look in that tree, boys and girls. I see the pig and the pig. Do you see the detail of the frog on his head? Do you see the little raccoon saying tweet? All of the friends are saying tweet. The turtle is saying tweet. The duck is saying tweet. All the frogs are saying tweet. And the reason they're saying tweet is because they want to make a connection with their little birdies who say tweet. They want to be like them so they can have some new friends. Boys and girls, I'd like to talk to you just for a minute about the story and why we read this story. There are a few different reasons. First of all, we read the story to identify the characters and the setting. And I think you understand who the characters are. And of course, that the main character was Pig, and other important characters were the frogs, of course, and of course, the beetle. Now, the setting changed. Most of the time, the setting was at the pond, but it did change whenever the characters and the animals went over to see Beetle to get his advice. So they went to Beetle's house, and while they were there, the climax of the story came, and Little Pig left the rock to go up into the tree. So the plot of the story is the frogs wanted to find out why there was a pig there on the rock, and all of the animals did different things and asked questions to try and figure out what the pig wanted by saying ribbit. At the end of the story, the resolution or the solution is that the little pig showed up in the tree and he was saying tweet to the little birds. and making that connection to the little birds. And that gave us a hint as to why he was saying oink. Ah, was he saying oink? I'm such a knucklehead. Why he was saying ribbit instead of oink, the sound that a pig makes. So that gave us a little hint. And that hint was exactly what Beetle told the frogs, is that the little tiny piggy was just trying to make a connection with them by doing something that they like to do. So, boys and girls, we learned about the characters, the setting, the climax of the story and the plot. And we also learned about the resolution and how they solved the problem of figuring out what the piggy wanted. The other thing I just want to end this story by is by telling you that sometimes when we're with our friends, we want to do whatever we want to do. And we just look at ourselves and what is important to us, the way that we talk, the way that we look, the way that we like to play games, whatever sports we might like to play. But we don't always look at the people around us and what they like to do. So I think that little piggy was trying to look at the frogs and say, I want to be like you. I will play what you want to play. I can say ribbit just like you say ribbit. And then he went to the little birdies and he made friends with all the little birdies by making that connection to the birdies. He went to them and said, tweet, tweet, just like he did with the little frogs. So remember, when you truly want to make a friend, don't always think about what you like to do and the way that you like to talk and the games that you like to play, but also think about what that friend might like to do and play. That's all for today, boys and girls. I hope you enjoyed the story, and I will see you in another book soon. I'm going to go out now. Bye bye.